Castle. Lincoln Cathedral, consecrated 1092. Lincoln Cathedral, commissioned by William the Conqueror and built by Bishop Rigimus, has stood opposite the cathedral for nearly 1,000 years. The first building was struck by an earthquake in 1185. After it was rebuilt, the towers were crowned with spires. They soared so high that the cathedral was the tallest building in the world. But only until a violent storm blew down the central spire in 1549 that the remaining two spires, decayed and unsafe, were removed in 1807.
The Battle of Lincoln, 20th of May, 1217. King John's refusal to honour Magna Carta led to civil war. Rebel barons allied themselves with Prince Louis of France and seized control of swathes of England, including the city of Lincoln. But the castle, a royalist stronghold, held out under its formidable constable, Nicolas de la Haye. By then, John was dead. Royalist forces, loyal to his young son King Henry III, broke through and crushed the barons and the French in a battle of national significance. If the Royalists had lost, England might have become part of France.
William Pickett and Henry Carey, 1859. Convinced murderers, Pickett and Carey were the last prisoners publicly hanged at Lincoln Castle. The hangings on Cobb Hall gallows attracted laughing, jeering crowds numbering 15,000. Pub landlords charged 3 pence to watch from their upstairs windows. Opinion about public executions was divided. Supporters defended them as a deterrent and great moral teacher. Opponents deplored the uncivilized mobs who came in for the grotesque spectacle. Nearly 10 years later, an Act of Parliament ended public hangings. Executions subsequently took place within the castle walls. The Georgian Jail at Lincoln Castle, opened 1788.
Red brick Georgian jail replaced an earlier jail deemed not fit either for the safe or healthy custody of the prisoner when philanthropologist and penal reformer John Howard had visited in 1776. He found prisoners kept there in dungeons that were dirty and offensive. The magistrates appointed William Lumbey to build the new jail, which included a chapel, infirmaries, and a washhouse. Today, only the front section of the Georgian jail remains, as the rest was demolished to make way for the Victorian prison. Westgate Water Tower, built 1909 to 1911. This impressive tower houses a steel tank capable of holding 3 million gallons of water, piped from a reservoir 22 miles away at Elkerslie in Nottinghamshire. The tower was built to provide Lincoln with a new water supply after contaminated water from the city's main supply, the River Witham, caused a typhoid epidemic during 1904 to 1905. During the outbreak, tanks of clean water were brought in by train. Some 1,000 residents contracted the disease and over 100 people died. Lincoln Lunatic Asylum, opened 1820. Funded by charitable donations, this was Lincolnshire's first purpose-built asylum. Unusually, it treats both private patients and paupers, until a pauper asylum was opened at Bracebridge in 1852. Conditions in most early asylums were inhumane. Patients were controlled using physical restraints and often locked up for hours like prisoners. However, patients at Lincoln Lunatic Asylum received more compassionate treatment. During the 1830s, surgeon Robert Gardiner Hill built on the work of the asylum's founder, Dr. Edward Parker Charlesworth, and ended the use of straitjackets. The Battle of Lincoln, 2nd of February 1141. While King Stephen was occupied in a civil war with his cousin Matilda, opportunist barons seized Lincoln Castle. King Stephen marched on Lincoln to wrest it back. In the ensuing battle, felled by a blow from a rock, Stephen was captured, taken to Matilda as a prize and imprisoned. Without its king, England was plunged into crisis. Only when Matilda's brother was captured, 7 months later, in exchange for Stephen, was the king restored to the throne. An end to public executions, 1868. When public hangings ceased in 1868, the gallows were taken from the roof of Cobb Hall and set up, when required, a short distance from the steps leading to Lucy Tower. Priscilla Baggendike, the first prisoner hanged on the new gallows, was also the first female privately executed in England. Lincolnshire hangman William Marwood performed executions here using his long drop method. The prisoner's neck broke instantly at the end of the drop, causing immediate unconsciousness and rapid death. Lucy Tower, built circa 1120 to circa 1160. Lucy Tower stands on the site of the first castle built by the Normans. The stone tower was originally 1 story higher and capable of being defended separately from the rest of the castle. It contained the constable of Lincoln Castle's living quarters, which were constructed in timber. By 1829, the walls enclosed a burial ground. The graves of prisoners buried there who had been hanged or had died of natural causes still lie within. Courthouse, built 1826. Lincoln Castle is not only a fortress. For almost 1,000 years, it has also been the seat of justice. Today, criminal cases are still tried by the Crown Court in the courthouse. By the 19th century, only serious crimes such as murder and arson were tried before the assize courts, presided over by visiting judges. The crowds of spectators became so large, a fence had to be built in 1826 to prevent them interfering with the prisoners. Medieval Castle, Motte and Bailey Castle, built in 1068. William the Conqueror built the first castle on this site. Some 166 Anglo-Saxon dwellings were torn down to make way for it within the old Roman walls. A huge earth mound, was created and a timber keep built on top, where Lucy Tower now stands. Below the motte was a bailey, or courtyard, where the kitchens, stables and soldiers' quarters were located.
Lincoln Castle is unusual as the Normans later built a second motte, today crowned by an observatory tower.
Olivia?
Bye-bye, T-Rex.
Oh, that's out now, that's captain. Boxing over there. Olivia, we took a picture of that.
Or me, Captain.
Is that up there? Was it not today? Oh my god, that grew.
It's one and a two.
Yeah.
Snake. It's beautiful though, it's pink.
You see the carpet python in there, it's actually moving.
It's moving.
I know it's in there, I can't see it, it's literally moving. Oh, no, don't like, no. Yeah, no, I saw them.
They're all
Where
fighting.
is it? Where we got the budgie cages from, she got 2 more sets.
Sure.
Yeah, but
Can't
she,
have mine.
no, but her father ran recently on coffee beans in order to produce a coffee called Kopi Luwak, which is basically palm silicate. Kopi Luwak is one of the world's most expensive coffees,
Yeah.
unfortunately thousands of civilians suffering its production.
Oh, hey.
There's only 2 babies. Are they cute? Oh, look at that.
Remember when the rats used to do that?
Yeah. Oh. They're very, very playful.
This is like, no cameras on, I go, cute. No, get off, bugger off.
Thank you.